Okay, what's going on, everybody? My name is Mangg, and today we are playing some Skyrim. A little bit different, though. This is Skyrim VR. Came out this week. It was previously released on PlayStation VR, PSVR, but they brought it to Steam, so now people with Vive headsets, Rift headsets, Windows, whatever, blah blah blah, any other headset that can do that, now has access to Steam, to Skyrim, and all the goodies that come with that. So I, of course, have been messing around with it. If you watched my Elder Scrolls playthroughs, you probably know I spent more time modding than I have playing so far, but I think it's in a good enough spot right now that I wanted to show it off. So this is like my third character, I guess. I'm playing as a Breton mage, of course. So the first character that I did was a stealth archer, because everyone was talking about, oh, I want to be a stealth archer. Like that's what a lot of people were saying when they were talking about Skyrim VR, because they thought, oh, it'd be cool, you know, because like you actually have to like, well, here. So, you know, this is just. I know for you, what you get to see is very limited compared to what I get to see. That's just how it is with VR. But, you know, this is normal. But if I physically crouch down, you can see, I think you should probably be able to see the little indicator here that I'm in stealth mode. See there, hidden. So I'm physically crouching at this point, and so I am in stealth mode. And then if I stand back up, that goes away, and I'm not in stealth mode anymore. So that's really cool. And I'm a big fan of archery in VR, as you probably know if you watch my like longbow video and stuff like that. So being able to physically shoot a bow in VR is really cool. So I did start out with a stealth archer, and it is really cool. I don't think I have a bow. Actually, I do have a bow, so I can. Yeah, I can. We'll get to that in a second. So, you know, you can do this. It's cool. It works. And, you know, you're just like machine gunning arrows and shit. It's really cool. Or, you know, you're crouching and you're like, you know, trying to line up this perfect shot. I always felt like Gaston in Beauty and the Beast when he's like going through the castle with his bow like drawn, and he like, you know, when he comes up behind the beast and he's like slowly drawing back the arrow. That's exactly what it felt like whenever I would stealth kill somebody with that. So it was really cool. But it was sort of one note. You know, every problem is pretty much just sneak up and shoot an arrow and kill them, and that's it. And so I was like, other people were like, oh, you know, when it actually came out, people were like, you gotta do magic. You gotta go magic. Don't forget it, go magic. And so I was like, alright, you know, I'll try magic. And so I picked up Sparks. It's like one of the first, you know, spells you get. So I picked that up, and that's just, you'll see. You'll see. But yes, magic is the way to go with Skyrim VR, followed by archery, followed by melee, I guess. The problem with melee, of course, is there's no haptic feedback for all your swings, so it all just feels very weightless, which is just an inherent problem. Okay. So I made a new character, and then I had some issues with some mods and stuff like that. So I made this character, and now we're ready to rock. I've got a lot of mods installed. A lot of them are just visual effects to make VR look better. The main problem with the visual aspect of Skyrim VR is the low resolution of the headset. So things, distant objects look blurry. There's just not as much graphical fidelity. So a lot of the mods that people are using for Skyrim VR to make it look better are sort of kind of smoke and mirrors effects, basically. Well, it's part that, part trying to bump up every texture as high as possible to make every texture look as crisp and sharp as possible. But a big popular one is like fog effects on the mountains to sort of cover up all that, and adding in a lot of like trees and plants everywhere, so you don't have to like to tone down the distance, objects in the distance and things like that. So I have a lot of graphical mods installed. For gameplay though, I have Ordinator installed, so complete perk overhaul. Trying to think what else for gameplay. I don't know. It's more graphical than gameplay, which is usually how it is. But one of the things that we have is this lady. So this is Sophia, who is, I mean, all right, yeah, she's hot. All right, okay, yeah, we get that. We'll get that out of the way. I downloaded her because it was like the most popular companion or whatever mod, obviously. But I downloaded a few companion mods. It just wasn't exclusive to her. But I happened to find her. She was like laying naked in front of Whiterun, and so it was just like, what is going on here? So I gave her some clothes, and she follows me around. And she says stuff sometimes. Yeah, so I guess we'll get into it. Let's level up. Right, so here's the first problem. Okay, so it's kind of a shitty port. That's the big problem. A lot of people are complaining about this. Bethesda did really not put a lot of work into this port from the PlayStation version. Case in point, there's actually no room scale going on here. The game basically assumes that you are standing in a single spot the entire time. So how it's supposed to work is the game is supposed to, well, it should detect where you are, in a spatial area, and everything should move with you, right? But right there, I don't even know if you can see my controllers. I don't think you can. Hold on. Okay, you can. Okay. So right there, that is where I booted up. That was where my headset was when I booted up the game. So as long as I'm playing the game, pretty much that's where it thinks I am. Maybe it corrects it when I go into different areas. I don't know. But for right now, that's where it thinks I am. And so the whole HUD here, obviously, is based on that spot. But I'm standing over here, and I can, I can go further away, and it's kind of cool because, you never get to think you'd see the UI from an angle like this, but it's a big problem, especially for melee, because if I'm in melee, my hitbox is right there. Okay? And so it just makes some real fucky stuff. So hopefully they get that fixed. But anyways, let me just, God, it's all over the place. I don't even have, what the hell am I looking at? Why would this be, oh, I already have one point there. Okay, never mind. Conjuration. Here we go. We can nab that. Okay. So let's see here. Let's put sparks in my left hand. Damn it. The controls are iffy. Clearly it was designed, I think it was designed originally for the Vive as far as the port, and it just you know, things happen to work, but it's, I don't know, it's a little strange. Everything works, but it's a little weird. Let's have Conjuration. Yeah, well, Bound Sword. So, we're just going to go through Bleak Falls Barrow, or whatever it's called. And then at the end, we'll get to go outside and you get to see that. So Bound Sword is really cool because it just sort of materializes in your hand. And it's nice because this is like, you know, it's pretty much weightless, which for regular weapons makes no sense that you're swinging around a weightless weapon. But for this, it's like, yeah, that's cool. And it like forms in your hand like a shard blade from the Stormlight Archive, so that's really cool. Alright, so as far as movement is concerned, you have two options. You can either teleport, which if you've watched anything in VR, you probably are familiar with the teleport option of just sort of pointing at a spot and you're there. Or you can just do like this and use a thumb pad to move around, which is the better option in the end, I think. Right thumbstick, you can rotate. I don't know if... okay, so yeah, you can see it. So when I rotate with the thumbstick, the vision sort of tightens in. That's to prevent motion sickness. And you can remove that if you want, if you don't want to have that at all, if you're like Superman. But for me, I have it like almost maxed out, so it reduces it a lot, which is good for me. It lets me play for longer. It does the same thing when I sprint. So when I sprint forward, it does the same thing. And I've actually reduced the default movement speed by quite a bit, just because this is more comfortable to me. But alright, let's get into it. So yeah, sparks. Actually, let me dual wield it, because then that's where you get the real fun stuff. So Sophia is pretty good at what she does, though. It just, like, having power in your hands, it's just, whew, it's good, man. It's worth the price of admission. I was actually not going to purchase this originally, because I was like, I just played through Skyrim, and I don't know, it's probably not going to be very good, but it's, yeah, I'd probably say it's the best VR experience so far. Just because it's a full-fleshed RPG. You know, so you're not just, you know, doing like wave shooting and, you know, you're just doing per points or something like that. Like, you're going through dungeons, you're getting gear, you know, it's Skyrim, it's a massive game, and it all works in VR. And so there are people, you know, that are playing this for like 6 hours at a time, and that just does not that did not really happen with VR before this. So VR absolutely needed this, and it makes you so freaking excited for the future of VR. You know, when there's a game like this that's built from the ground up for VR. Like, that's going to be awesome. But, hey, this is pretty good. Because you just shout, like, you know, unlimited power and just... It feels pretty good. You can also turn off health bars, enemy health bars. I think I have to edit a file to do that, though. Which I probably should do. You can adjust quite a lot of things as far as how the game, the UI works and stuff like that. So you can adjust like the distance that you can interact with objects. By default, it's really far away. Like, I could open the chest by default from, like, here. Where you can change it to, you literally have to, like, put your hand there to get it. And, yeah, you can pick up objects. There you go. You know, a lot of it is, you can tell, like, this is just base Skyrim, sort of just pasted on to the VR shell. But it's not really a better way to do it, I guess. So I think that's part of a mod.
Are the priests in Skyrim all perverts? I said I had injured my leg, and one of them told me to remove my clothes so he could use his healing hands on me. Needless to say, he needed a bit of healing himself after that.
Yeah, which is funny because I found her naked. I think one of the mods that I installed changed it so that characters actually become naked when their armor's removed. Anyways, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so I have the mod that, like, changes the effects of dead bodies depending on how they died. So if you electrocute them, they have like a scorched, like fried body. Oh, it's just good. It's just good. Okay, so here we can test another mod I tried out. Yep, there we go. So, yeah, there's a mod that replaces all spiders with bears and replaces all Charis with skeevers. And it, like, literally it doesn't just replace the model, it actually replaces the unit. This is a type, it's a invading bear. And it still has venom, it doesn't change that much. But, you know, the spider obviously is not supposed to die at that point. So there's definitely a difference happening. And it changes, like, the egg sacs, and it's complete, like, arachnophobic type thing. So I thought it was great. It can also remove the webs, but it can't, like, delete them, so they just become invisible. I didn't do that because I'm not that crazy, but... Oh, and here's an invading bear's bee. Yeah, we'll free this guy. We'll free him from his knife! It just feels good. I mean, you will end up shouting all sorts of things as you just Sith lightning everything you encounter. But there are other cool spells. I just don't really have them at this point because I just started. I have the Live Another Life alternate start mod. It doesn't exactly work out of the box. You actually have to do some console commands when you start a new game. But it's better than seeing that fucking cart ride in for the 8th billion time. We're a good combo. I actually think I have a cool scroll I want to test out. I guess I could do a little melee, show you how that works. So let me re-equip Bound Sword. Alright. Watch out for that, Sophia. Yeah. And you just... Ugh. Ugh. Oh, he's a tough one. Nice. Yeah, she's pretty badass. Oh, and we can spark them while swinging. Look at that. That's a combo wombo. Oh, watch out. See, those were fried. Not fried. See? Cool stuff. Whoa, fuck. Ah! So you may be wondering, like, you know, aside from unlimited power, is it really, like, what is it like in VR? I mean, some things, it's like, you know, the biggest buzzword in VR, of course, is immersion. Like, that, people are obsessed with immersion. Like, is this immersive? How do I add immersion? You know, what mods are the best for immersion and things like that. And the moment that I had the most immersion, and it's not like, oh, I forgot I'm in a video game. But the moment that I had the best immersion, if I'm going to use that word, was I was outside. I was walking around, like, past Whiterun and stuff like that during a rainstorm, and I had a fan running in my room. And it was like, you know, running on me. Oh, fuck. So, like, the rain, like, and especially with, like, 3D sound and, like, really, like... Okay. Like, all these sound mods and things like that, vivid weather, you know, to really make the storms and stuff really cool. Just walking through these areas, and the fan is blowing on me, so it feels like this, you know, this cold air keeps just washing over me as I'm walking around. It was really fucking cool. Like, I can't properly express it, obviously. You just have to do it for yourself, but it was really fucking cool. And the sense of scale sometimes is really awesome. Like, when I first walked into Dragon Reach, you know, the big fortress or whatever in Whiterun, that was really cool to just be, like, looking up and looking around, and there's just, you know, these big, like, this big open hall, and it stretches back, and you've got the fire burning, you can hear people talking. It was like, damn, this is... It's just, it really is better than almost anything else in VR. Just because of, you know, it's Skyrim. It's a AAA title. Especially with mods, you know. So if you equip a two-handed weapon, it just appears in one hand, which is, you know, they just haven't, it just doesn't really work. You know, there are issues. That's why magic is so popular. Pretty much everyone's doing magic, I think. Just because it again, immersion, it just makes the most sense. Nothing really breaks immersion because you're blasting stuff, and you don't have to deal with, like, weightless weapons and one-handed, two-handed weapons and stuff like that. Did I gain another level? More magicka, of course. Hold on. Sort of bouncing around. Destruction dual casting. That's what I want. That's what I want. Alright, let's go with double flames. Let's try that out. Cool. And yeah, you know, the 3D sound is really cool in VR, because it's something that I take for granted so often, and I'll play games without sound entirely, and I'll just be watching TV. But here it's like, yeah, you fucking need it. I'm hearing this little river go through this cave as I'm walking along next to it, and you know it's on the left side of me, and it's like, ugh. But then waterfalls, like, oh man, like the big, like rushing rivers and waterfalls outside. It's like almost deafening, which is pretty much, you know, kind of how it is in real life. If you go next to like a really rapid river and with like a waterfall and stuff like that, it's really fucking loud. So again, immersion. When I first installed this and, you know, started playing, I could only play for like 15 minutes, something like that, maybe 20 minutes, before I just done for the rest of the night, pretty much. Just so nauseating. But, you know, you got to keep at it. You got to build up this tolerance, and the FOV thing helps. Sometimes if I'm like sprinting across some countryside, I'll just close my eyes, so I don't have to worry about it at all, and that helps. And so now I've built up a pretty good tolerance. I can play for like an hour and a half. Like when I first, like my second session, I think I started like in River Run or Riverwood or whatever the hell that little place is, and I couldn't even make it to the end of this dungeon before I had to stop. But then like my third time or from fourth time or something like that, I could go from character creation all the way to the end of the dungeon. So flames are cool, but it just doesn't have that, you know, kind of thing of sparks. So let's switch back, shall we? Yeah, so that is a mod called, obviously, yeah, I have a lot of fucking mods. Randomized lockpicking. Lockpicking by default in Skyrim VR literally just brings up the the little mini game, you know, from the base game. And so you just rotate the thumbsticks like normal, and that's lockpicking. So they definitely did not, like, you don't have to like physically like rotate your hands or anything. You're just using your thumbsticks. So I figured, fuck that, and so just do randomized lockpicking, which basically is like forces it. You have a percentage chance based on multiple factors. Here we go now. Here we go. And go. Nice. Get back down! Just a charred hunk of undead flesh. And I like when if you hit these things directly, you send them flying. That's pretty cool. Let's see here. Oh, I missed. You gotta like, there you go. Come on. Bring it! So one thing some people are doing is doing like the really like dark mods, like enhanced lights and stuff, and darker nights, things like that, to really make it like realistic. Yeah, she sings sometimes. To really make it like realistically dark inside dungeons and at night, so you need to have a torch and things like that. Which, yeah, would certainly make it scarier. I just don't care for that. You guys probably know me. I just like to be able to see what I'm doing. And I don't like horror experiences, so... But I can see the appeal for some people. That would be kind of interesting, just to see what it's like to actually like have to hold up a torch as you're going through a dungeon. So let's see here. I think it's just 2 times each. That's what it should be. So that, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like a game like this, built from the ground up for VR, where you actually had to like move those things, and you know, who knows what they could do just you know, to make it more designed around VR. Like you actually have like a backpack, or you know, who knows what. I think the gallery, if any of you remember when I Let's Played that, where you actually had like a pack that you had to open up and rummage through and stuff like that. So here we enter the final encounter of this dungeon. Here you've got the rushing water. That's interesting. It's coming from that direction, but then you got water coming from that direction. All these waterfall. Oh, look at that smoke! Look at that! Oh, look at that! And the, you know, the lighting effects and stuff. Like I say, you know, it does not look like, oh my god, this is mind-blowingly beautiful, but compared to like just playing Skyrim normally on a regular monitor with all the ENBs and graphic things, yeah, like it looks beautiful. You know, you can make it look like a fucking painting, but this this has its own sort of appeal of being able to just like look up there at this waterfall and stuff. Yeah, I can tell it's a video game, you know, it looks kind of blurry, it's not real life, but it has its own appeal. But alright, let's toast this guy. Oh, you're getting your ass kicked, come on. Beat him down. I ran out of magicka. Oh, nice. Nice spin. Good job. That's another thing a lot of people are... It's like the front page of Skyrim VR subreddit right now is... When you have a weapon or something equipped, you know, it looks like how it should. This feels cool. But when you put it away, when you sheath your weapons, it just goes to your controller. And, you know, it looks like your controllers, which is really... lame. And again, immersion. People really want just like your default hands, you know, as if you were unarmed. So I don't know if Bethesda has to do something with that, or if a mod can do that. They're not exactly sure, but that'll definitely be a bit of a priority when it comes out. Because even for me, this is kind of lame. So the Skyrim VR, actually, when you start a new game, it defaults to the easiest difficulty, novice or whatever it is. It's the easiest one, and so everybody, like, they started up the game, and you know they're going through like the dungeons and stuff, and they're just killing everything in like one hit, and it's just ridiculously easy. For some reason they did that. So I think I'm on Adept difficulty now, but I should probably bump it up a step further. You know, again, the whole hitbox issue kind of means you don't want to play in like legendary difficulty, because it just doesn't... It's going to be a little harder, but... Yeah, you can definitely tell, like, the lighting mods, because my first time I played without it, and this just looks like flat and boring and just everything's brown and stuff, but with the lighting mods active, yeah, it looks hot. Looks hot. And you can hear sort of the coals crackling or whatever the hell it is. Pretty good. But let's head out into the wide world. I hope it's not, like, foggy, because... it's, you know, it looks like how it probably should look, but it just doesn't look good. Foggy days don't usually look good. Loading times aren't too bad usually. And this is basically the special edition of Skyrim, so it has all the DLC, and you have to use Skyrim special edition mods, which means that there's no well, it's slightly different, obviously. So there's no Skyrim script extender, which means a lot of mods don't work. But things are being worked on. So the stars look cool. The sort of galaxy thing looks cool. But other than that, it's nighttime. So let's wait, shall we? There we go. Now, yes, I know the water looks like shit from far away. Not exactly sure what's going on with that. I don't know if it's a mod issue. Well, I know it's a mod issue, but I don't know if it's like I fucked up with some mod issue or it's just a mod / Skyrim VR issue. But when you get close...
The Draugr are angry because we disturbed their sleep. I know how they feel. I would also be pretty angry.
Yeah, they're just really grumpy. Yeah. Anyways. Also, so when you fall down or when you jump, the FOV filter pops on, which is pretty good. Get out of here, you little scamp. So yes, you can see the fog. That's from a mod. So mountains are just covered in fog now, which looks fantastic. It covers up a lot of the jankiness of the mountains in VR, but it also just looks good. Obviously I have a lot of flora mods, grass, plants, trees. That's all out the wazoo. When you get close to water, it looks really good. It's just far away, you get these issues. There you can see the color. Looks good. Actually, I think I have there's a variant that makes it more blue because it's supposed to be more fantasy-esque. But yeah, that looks hot. Looks hot. Just the high-tipped mountain with the fog all over it, and you can't even see a lot of the mountains over there because it's so foggy. That's where you want fog. Yeah, so there's a lot more grass, a lot more trees. I think I have a mod for birds. So when we're walking along here, you should see some different birds. We can go to the shore. You'll notice, maybe you didn't notice, but you'll notice now, there's no music. People have found that having music playing takes away from your immersion. And I actually have to agree there. Because having the orchestra the whole time, it just doesn't really make sense. And actually just having all the natural sounds and stuff, yeah. Here, you might be able to barely hear it. I'll shut up. But you can just hear the water sort of lapping against the shore. Fuck, man, that takes me back to going up north fishing on family vacations. This is pretty much what you hear in the morning. Oh, that water sound. Oh, man, that takes me back. And you got the birds and the insects and stuff. Brilliant. Fucking brilliant, man. So yeah, where the graphics, the fidelity sort of falls behind, the audio definitely makes up for it. But this looks pretty good. What?
I didn't like it. It started to make me a little sore after a while. What's with the funny face? I was talking about horse riding.
Yeah, she says stuff like that. And you can
Yes. Want something?
You can trade stuff with her. You can put her in outfits, and you can talk to her. You can she can sing.
Song?
She can sing Dragonborn Comes.
I'd love to sing for you. The hero has a warrior's heart. I tell you, the Dragonborn comes.
Was that it? She
With
ran.
a voice
Oh,
wielding
okay.
power and some ancient order. Believe, believe, the Dragonborn comes. It's an end to the evil and everyone knows. Beware, beware, the Dragonborn comes. For the darkness has passed and the flowers yet
Okay,
blow.
alright. You know, it's...
You know the Dragonborn comes.
Shh.
Dovahkiin,
No.
Dovahkiin.
No. No.
Dovahkiin. I'm here if you ever need me.
Okay. It's not like, you know, I forget that I'm standing in my pajamas in the middle of my room, you know, with a big piece of plastic and glass and stuff on my head. I don't forget that at any point. But, you know, there is something to be said for just the experience of walking along here with all this grass and the sounds and even her singing. I mean, it does add something, especially because, like, with the 3D audio, like, I can tell it's coming from behind me as we're walking along. It's just cool. Also, yeah, it's okay. She's a witch. I know she is. Oh yeah, I won't show you that. I forgot about the naked thing. I don't know if you saw it. I saw it. Okay, we're okay. You know, the birds chirping, and I can hear the river, yeah, right over there, and the footsteps. It's pretty great. Now, you know, I'm completely out of shape, so really the issue for me is just having to stand forever. And when you're going through a dungeon, you know, and you're combat poised and you're unlimiting power people and stuff like that, it's fine. But when you're standing around talking and selling, yeah, obviously it's not great. What's your story?
Fellow traveler, one itinerant minstrel and wandering wastrel at your service.
A minstrel, huh?
Dear friend, how lucky for you to chance upon a bard on the road.
So the other thing people are doing for immersion is actually reading your lines. Because, you know, your character's silent, but it's like you're having a conversation, so I can say, what are you doing out here?
The best tales are those of adventure. Who could truly write such a tale without first experiencing such?
You know, so it feels like you're having a conversation with a human being, sort of. Yeah, sort of. I don't need a bard, though. I got her. She sings great. Die! Oh my god, he's immortal. Okay, hold on. I'll back you up. I'll get a weapon out. Here we go. Yeah, beat him down. Beat him down. Yeah. 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 Okay. What did he have on him? He had a Cyrodiilic steel short sword. Karari. Karari. However it's pronounced. I always forget how it's pronounced. Potion, lockpicking. He had a lot of stuff on him. Sort of random stuff, really. But alright. Yeah, I mean, just flat, basic, vanilla Skyrim VR. It's nothing like mind-blowing. It was cool, but it's nothing mind-blowing. But, you know, if you showed somebody fully modded like this and be like, here you go, check this shit out. Yeah, it's pretty damn awesome. But, you know, that's me. I'm a huge fan of mods. Alright, so we're approaching River Wood, I think it's called. and go down by the river. We get some stuttering as we approach this river in this big view. And so you can crouch down and, you know, crouch down next to the river, watch as it flows past you, listen to the sounds around you. It's just, it's cool. I mean, I don't know how many more times I can really say that, but it is. Is it the best way to play Skyrim? There's a bird. Whoop! Oh! Oh no! Okay. Is it the best way to play Skyrim? That's debatable. It is. It's the best way to experience Skyrim, I guess. But for a first-time playthrough, it's hard to say, really. Like, I mean, it's freaking awesome, right? But do I really want to put, like, you know, 80 hours into it? Standing here the whole time? I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, I'm going to be playing it a lot more, so we'll see. I guess we'll see. I guess it's too early for me to really say. So yeah, this looks nicer than normal. So here's what we'll do. We'll stop in here. We'll hand off the Golden Claw. Then we'll head over to Whiterun. And we'll walk through Whiterun because I want to show you that. We'll head over to Dragon Reach, and then we can probably finish the video.
I said no.
Chill, people. I got it right here.
No. I don't know what you overheard, but the Riverwood Trading.
Okay.
Yeah, we did have a bit of a...
So yes, I am... I have been the type of person that has been reading my lines here, but I won't do that on camera. Even though I do that for every other game, but we're just trying to move through this. He talks a lot. Yeah, alright, I got it.
You found it! There it is! Strange. It seems smaller than I remember.
That's what she said.
I'm gonna put this back where it belongs.
Alright, just give me money or something.
You've done a great thing for me and my sister. The Riverwood Trader is everything you need in a general store.
$400.
You and me. Oh, a bit of this.
I will say that so far, I mean, it may be just because I'm testing it out and stuff like that, but I have been more interested in just wandering around and like doing like random little side things, whereas normally when I play an Elder Scroll game, it's just like, all right, let's beat this. So I guess there's something to be said there, but all right, let's sell him stuff. A bowl, battle axe, and swords and clubs. You're gonna have a lot of weapons to sell after this, man. I've got some meat and stuff. Okay, now books. What do you got? Conjure Dark Hound. That could be fun, sure. Mosquito Swarm. Ignores all resistances. Sure. Oh, now you got more gold. I can sell you more stuff. Keep going, keep going. So for some reason, one of the mods I downloaded must have given me all these really OP, like, poisons and stuff. I don't really plan on using them. And one of the problems with Skyrim mods is they like having, like, in-game books and powers and stuff for your config options. Which, you know, a lot of mods have been moving towards the mod configuration menu, but older stuff that hasn't changed, it's pretty lame, but whatever. Oh yeah, Scroll of Frozen Orb. I want to use that before the end of the video. Alright, alright, alright. See ya, see ya. Okay, so let's go to books. And we should test these out. Not right here. Not right here, but soon we'll test them out. No conjuration. Here we go. Let's do this and this. Okay. Step outside. Ooh. Alright, here we go. Hey there, Pooch. He looks a little pissed off. Hey, put the bloody sword down. We're all friends here. Alright. Out of my way, chicken. I'm done with you. Those days are long gone. Oh, look at this big insect. God. Thank God we don't live in a world where bees are that big. Actually, they might be, but not around here. Oh, look at that. He shoot mosquitoes. Okay, maybe we can test that on a wolf or something. Alright, let's get over to Whiterun. The reason I want to show you Whiterun is because I think it's specifically the Whiterun HD mod. My God, does it look fucking gorgeous. Like, it's the best looking thing so far.
Why would the gods discourage drunken behavior when they should be encouraging it?
Look,
A person is a happy person.
look, she's chatting while she's killing elk with bows. That was cool. Alright, let's sprint a little bit. Also, you have to change a setting to do it, but you can move forward depending on where the headset is. That was a little nauseating, but... Alright, here we go, here we go. Let's quick save. I got just the thing for these fools. Scroll of Frozen Orb. Spinning orb that slowly travels to the target location and hovers there for 3 seconds, spraying ice spikes for 180 frost damage to health and stamina. Hell yeah. Choke on these nuts. Whoa, 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 whoa! Get mosquitoed. Sophia! Sophia! This thing's on me. Oh, I got the mosquitoes got her. Yeah. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. 133 arrows. What are you doing with that? Oh shit. You probably saw that. There goes my YouTube channel. That was pretty cool though. That was pretty damn cool. That was probably a waste, but hey, we took down this guy real quick. And he's got, look at this stuff he's got. Wow, nice. Okay, he's nude. Ass is showing. I don't know why I'm trying to cover it with my arm, because that doesn't exist. Alright, anyways. This is what I sort of meant by the river is just roaring next to me. And for the sake of this recording, I erred towards the side of caution with the audio levels. So I turned down the audio quite a bit. But anyways, let's dash across here. We can come up to that giant. Ooh, I could use the scroll of fireball on this giant. Like that right there, Whiterun, that's not how it looks when we're going to get in there. Trust me. Alright, let's sprint over there real fast. Is there a hanging arrow up there, or is that a hammer? I think that's a hammer. Shouldn't there be a giant? You making noises back there? Shouldn't there be a giant here? Or is it already dead? It's already dead. Damn. wanted to use this. Oh well. Nah, we still can. Ah! Get him! Get him, Sophia! Oh, shoot him! Get him! Strike him down! He's getting away! You're shooting low, come on! You're never gonna get him. No, why even try? You think you can make that shot? Not even I could make that shot. Well, I have to reload.
Introduce my victims before I kill them, but I'm on a tight schedule and my friend here might get jealous.
Wow. So why don't you do something, asswipe? Look at they just run around like assholes. The mosquitoes are tearing you apart, dude. Oh my goodness! Eviscerated him. Beautiful. Okay, well, I thought there would be somebody coming to kill us, but all right, let's load that. Okay. Seriously though, let's get into Whiterun. Okay. I will say though, the
What have they ever done for us mere mortals? Nothing.
what?
Prayed for money, free booze, and more free booze, and did I get it? No. Instead, I got a hangover and a huge hole in my pocket where my money used to be.
Yeah, she really likes booze. I will say that this version of Whiterun that we're gonna see is probably not realistic. It's probably a bit too green for this climate, but damn if it doesn't look great. Or it should look great. I actually redid all the mods, and I haven't been back to Whiterun since, so I'm hoping it looks great. Not to hype it up too much. Uh-huh. Yeah, Whiterun takes a while to load. Any second now. Maybe it's broken. Maybe it's broken. Or maybe it's Maybelline. Ho ho ho, look at this place. Look at this place. With all the vibrant colors and the flowers and the green grass and oh my god, it's popping. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a cloudy day. Let me remind you of that. Hold on, maybe we can... Maybe a few hours will clear it up. It can look even more beautiful. No, now it's even shittier. Fuck. Okay, well, let's wait like 20 hours. Maybe tomorrow will be better. Come on. There we go. Now that's Whiterun, baby. Ooh. Ooh. Look at how pretty this place is. Oh, look at that. Just, oh. And you got birds everywhere. Look at all these people, and you're just walking past them, and you hear chatter everywhere. Got the sounds of the water running.
Wouldn't taste as good as a loaf of fresh baked pumpernickel.
You should talk to the Jarl up in Dragon's Reach.
You should shut the fuck up. Look at this water. Look at how beautiful it is. It's so crystal clear. Oh my god. Oh, and it sounds as beautiful as it looks. Look! Colors!
If you wish to hunt with me, your feet need to be quick and your eyes quicker.
Oh, my eyes are quick, alright. Don't you worry. Don't you worry about that. Alright, anyways. Oh, and that beautiful blue sky. Oh, looks great. Oh, it looks so good. Look at that mountain. Out of my way, asswipes. Alright, Dragon's Reach. So this is the example that I mentioned as far as sense of scale. Once we get in here and you look up and stuff. You will obviously not benefit from this whatsoever, but for me, oh, yeah, that looks good. And you sort of get like the atmospheric, like smoke up there and stuff because of the fires, and you just see, oh, it stretches all the way up there.
Oh, I mean like a team, not like... Forget it.
Yeah, even this dude's like, what the fuck? Oh, and oh, the lighting. Oh, it's... Oh, man. And again, it's not like, wow, this is lifelike. But it just looks excellent. Just looks excellent. It has this depth to it that you just can't get on a monitor.
If you have something to say to the Jarl, say it with your own tongue.
So angry he can hardly stand it. Father promised me a new dress days ago. Now where is it? It takes a while to make a dress.
That is a fire, all right.
But I don't want to.
That is a fire.
Right now. Father,
Dude, somebody better shut that kid up.
all you ever do is complain about what you want.
Oh, here's the other thing.
I'm going to tell
Look at that. You see what I'm seeing?
Your high
See the shadows of the controllers? Why the fuck do you need that? My immersion! My immersion! But then you don't have shadows for your hands. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it needs some work, but that's right. Hey, you. Sell me spells. Look, you got plenty of spells. Look at all these spells he's got. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh yeah. I mean, you're not. This shouldn't shock you if you watch my Skyrim playthrough, but Death Wish. Oh my god. We need to summon something badass. I don't know what I can really summon though. I don't have that much money. A cat totem. I want to see what it's like. We're going to summon a cat totem right on this table. And you're going to watch. Cat totem. Oh. Hey. Oh, it's just like a woman named Cat. What is she wearing? Oh, I think it's just sort of like a open... Oh my god! What the fuck? Wow, that's a big cat. Damn. Look at its little furry paws, though. Oh god. Why does it keep doing that? Meh. Meh. Oh, there it is. Oh, man, it's badass. That's badass. Alright, yeah, so the fire looks great. Everything looks great. The smoke, oh man, the smoke and the fog and the, oh man. Alright. So that's Skyrim VR. Again, like, I don't know how much benefit you guys get from this if you don't have, I mean, just by watching it. Whoa. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Hold on. I got a cool power. Coin toss. Here you go. You can toss a coin. Look at that. It went down there. Oh, I think it's based on my hitbox, so it's way back there. Yeah, so it's whatever.
That woman selling food at the market stall? Apparently all the men in Whiterun fancy her. She wishes.
Oh my god. I'll say this. If you are a fan of Elder Scrolls, if you're a fan of Skyrim, this is probably a reason to buy a headset. Yeah. I mean, you can get a Rift for like $350. You know, with a deal or something like that. I think I got mine for $400 or something like that. As long as you have a decent computer, this is a reason to get a Rift. If you're on the fence about VR, this could be a reason to get one. I wouldn't say it's a killer app. You know, that's what everyone is waiting for, is the killer app for VR that just causes everyone to go crazy and be like, I gotta get VR, upgrade my computer, I need VR, everyone's talking about it, it's so mainstream, you know, like the Super Mario Brothers, or the Legend of Zelda, or whatever, of VR. I don't think this is quite it. Just because it's not a game built for VR, it has its shortcomings. It's a game that we're all pretty familiar with. But it's the closest thing we've ever had, I think. Just because it is so expansive and so playable and so impressive. You know, just being able to look out on this and this not being like a tech demo. You know, this isn't a wave shooter or, you know, some sort of little arcade experience or a demo or anything like that. This is a world. And you can, you know, it's Skyrim. And Skyrim is not a perfect game. But it is massive. And it is impressive, especially with, you know, all the mod support. And in VR, it adds that sense of scale and depth, you know, and immersion, I guess, that Skyrim did not have before. So, yeah, it's pretty fantastic. So if you're on the fence, if you've been thinking about it, Skyrim VR might be the reason to finally go for it. If for nothing else, just to be able to do this. It's just... it's good. Alright. So, I've got plenty of adventuring to do.
You are not very talkative, are you? I always open up for you. I mean, to you.
My god, she's like a book of innuendos. Oh my god. Anyways, good times. My name is Mangg. Game you're watching has been Skyrim VR. And I'll see you fine folks around.